about John Grisham. I read The Broker. In the past, I've read other John Grisham stories, and even though they are so thick, they go by really fast. This particular novel is 422 pages long, and I imagine no student of mine would ever pick up a book that was this thick, let alone try to read it. But I was just curious, since it's in our library, I was curious, is it a good choice for an ESL reader? Surprisingly, John Grisham's writing style is actually really good for adult ESL readers. Yes, the book is intimidating. Yes, it looks like a lot of work, but the writing style is actually pretty straightforward and simple, except for there's a lot of lingo. They'll talk about CIA safe houses and all that stuff, just like when you watch TV shows like CSI or whichever other cop show, and you get all this forensic jargon like blood splatter and bullet projectiles and blah blah blah. So same thing here. There's a lot of words that are specific to politics, secret intelligence, and finance. Except for the jargon, the writing is fairly easy to understand. I do recommend this for ESL adult readers. For kids, I just think they would lose interest quickly. There's no sex in it. There's no real bad language. It's a little dry. Let me give you an example. In the waning hours of a presidency that was destined to arouse less interest from historians than any since perhaps that of William Henry Harrison, 31 days from inauguration to death, Arthur Morgan huddled in the Oval Office with his last remaining friend and pondered his final decisions. At that moment, he felt as though he'd botched every decision in the previous 4 years, and he was not overly confident that he could, somehow, so late in the game, get things right. His friend wasn't so sure either, though, as always, he said little, and whatever he did say was what the president wanted to hear. They were about pardons, desperate pleas from thieves and embezzlers and liars, some still in jail, and some who'd never served time, but who nevertheless wanted their good names cleared and their beloved rights restored. All claimed to be friends or friends of friends, or die-hard supporters, though only a few had ever gotten the chance to proclaim their support before that 11th hour. How sad that after 4 tumultuous years of leading the free world, it would all fizzle into one miserable pile of requests from a bunch of crooks. So as you can see, it's adult language about adult topics, presidency, politics, history, crooks, crime. So I recommend this for intermediate to high intermediate adult ESL readers.